All right, everybody, it's that time of year. Archery's coming up. I know we've been kind of hammering it pretty hard with the talks, but in the last about 2 weeks, I've had a lot of people come in and go, oh, we didn't know you sold Ravin. And they're not people that are 50, 60 miles away just passing through. You know, they're kind of local. So we're going to do some more things about trying to get that out of here. I actually had a guy that bought another crossbow at another local shop that didn't know anyone around here who dealt Ravin. I know we're on the website for Ravin. I know we push a lot on our site. But if, you know, he was an older guy and he just wasn't in the internet savvy, I guess, to see that. So we're trying to find other ways to get it out there. Obviously, I'm probably doing the wrong thing because I'm doing the same thing we always do. But I'm still impressed with how many people are learning about it and finding out about us having a shop and the press so we can work on them. Here's the thing. One of the things I was talking to another local shop owner. He's like, I don't know if how do they sell? Well, just to give you an idea, I mean, they're in that $2,000 to $2,500 range, and we've sold 4 in the last 6 days. So, obviously, it's that time of year. We've sold more than that. I think we're at about mid-30s, close to 40 altogether over the last year, which is pretty good because the population density at the location of our shop is pretty small. But people will start to see it. What happens is it's kind of a trickle-down effect. We get one guy to buy one, and his buddy shoots it, and he's like, holy cow, I gotta have one too. And then it just kind of trickles down, and usually out of the group of 4 guys, 2 or 3 of them buy them. So what I've been noticing after getting some more of the customer reviews, we're obviously big fans of them, but the guys coming in and talking to me, and they're saying how, I had the same person that bought the bow a few days ago called me yesterday and he goes, I got that thing dialed in. I can't believe how tight it is at 50 yards. Well, she bought another company's bow. It wasn't a cheap one either. It was a $1,500 crossbow. He spent a lot of money on both. And they both turned out really well, but he said the accuracy is just bar none better. So one thing I want to go over with is, about the bows. You probably saw other reviews between me and other places. The owner likes to hunt with them, I like to. But the accessories are the big thing. We have what's called the Raven's Nest. Once you purchase the bow through us, you get 10% off any of the Ravin accessories. Now, one thing I'm going to give Ravin a big thumbs up on is they keep it simple. When you purchase a bow, there's not a lot more to go off of. I mean, you might have to replace some bolts. You might have to replace some nocks. But all in all, it's pretty cost efficient considering the price of the bow itself, which realistically in my mind is worth about every penny, but they made sure that the accessories weren't going to kill you. The main thing is the first thing I always tell people they need to get is the dampeners. It does help out tremendously with the vibration and the sound, quiets it down a little bit. Again, very cost effective. They're in the $30 range. Serving fluid. This is probably my most popular thing guys want to sling. This is an R20 bag. I just brought it out because it's a little bigger and easier to see. We sell a lot more of the bags than the hard cases. People like it because it does have the backpack, the carry handle, and you can also hang it in a tree stand. It goes both ways with the carry handle. There's a lot of room for your accessories. We also carry all the bolts. Just the standard Ravin bolts, simple. They do have lighted nocks that you can purchase, but a lot of guys end up going with the actual arrows that come with them already. Number one, they're about $75 for 3 arrows, where it's a very similar price, $80 for 6. But you get 6 arrows with it. Those are mostly your practice arrows. Guys get these for their hunting, and they're done for a while. I mean, we're just starting to see guys coming back in to replace some of the bolts. All in all, it's pretty cost effective if you really think about it. Just because of the simple fact, there's a lot of other brands out there, they're in more of the budget line, and their bolts are $40, $50. And when you really take that into equation and see a $2,000 bow, you're expecting them bolts to be $100, $120, $130, whatever it may be. We do carry them. I didn't grab them, I'm not walking away. They do make a match grade bolt. It's a .001 straight. One thing we noticed, and the owner and I, he was talking to me the other day, he goes, I do get a little bit more accuracy. It's definitely, if you want to spend that money to get the accuracy out of that bolt, it is worth the purchase. So check into it. I think Ravin does a great job. They also make a bipod. Don't really sell a lot of those here, but definitely worth the purchase if you're into that. Other than that, they keep it pretty simple. And one last thing I want to talk about is their customer service. Had a guy, he bought it last year about this time, come in, he goes, I just want to replace your string. He even told me, like, listen, there's nothing really bad with it. But he's like, I've shot a lot of bolts through it, and it's time to replace it in my opinion. The serving looked pretty good, the string looked pretty good, but he just wanted to be 100% confident for archery season. Called up Ravin to order the string, and they said, oh, when do you purchase it? Told him the whole thing I just told you guys. Oh, well, we'll just send you one. They sent him a free string, and they also sent a backup just in case we needed an extra for someone else to come in. Had a guy crack his limb off a tree, and he's like, well, there goes some money. Called Ravin. I had limbs in 2 days, and he was back out hunting. So that's just a couple of examples. I have more, but most of the problems I've had were actually the consumer goof up. I've only had one issue with a string that busted from the factory, and without being there, I'm not sure what happened. So I don't know how the guy takes care of his bow, but I'll give Ravin this. Awesome job. Definitely worth the money if you want to purchase and get into that bow, that crossbow world. You're going to hunt with it. Check them out. I think it's time if you're on the edge to buy one. There's a lot of videos out there, but from firsthand talking and talking with them and working with them, great company. Thank you guys. Have a great day.